I'm Betty. Welcome to my kitchen. We were out to dinner recently at our favorite restaurant, and my husband ordered a dish of penne pasta with salmon. He enjoyed it so much, and it looked so simple, I decided I was sure I could make it at home. And you really can. And it's one of those things, I think the longest part of this recipe is waiting for the water to boil. So here are the ingredients. I've got a ½ pound of salmon, which I've cut into more or less bite-sized cubes. I've got 5 ounces of pasta. I know that's just the right amount for us. You can, of course, use more. I've got some heavy cream. I may or may not use all of that. I've got a ½ cup of homemade marinara sauce. I have a tablespoon of salt, which will go into the pasta water. And finally, I have some basil that I just picked from the garden and which will go on. It's not only a garnish, it will add quite a bit of flavor to the finished dish. So here we go over to the stove. Once the water has come to a boil, I'm going to put the salt in and then add my pasta. And I'll just want to give that a stir and set my timer for 12 minutes. Now once that's cooked, about halfway through, I'll start cooking the fish. All right, I've preheated my frying pan and I've added about a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm just going to add these salmon cubes. They're only going to take a minute or two to cook. Now, I'm not using a non-stick skillet, and the secret is to preheat your pan before you add your oil. And that way, it becomes almost non-stick. Once the salmon has cooked for a minute or so on one side, you want to just flip it over to the other side and let it cook for a minute or two more. We don't need to cook it all the way through because once we add the sauce and the cream, it will continue to cook. And you really don't want this to overcook. Just give it a toss here. Any little bits that stick will go into the sauce. We're not going to lose those at all. And just let that cook for another minute or so. All right, my pasta is almost cooked, and as is the salmon, so I'm going to add my tomato sauce and my cream. Mix this in gently. I don't want to break up that salmon. Okay, my pasta is cooked. I just want to finish giving a little stir. And I'm leaving this on very low heat. Again, I don't want that fish to overcook. So now I'm going to take the pasta over to the sink and drain it. With any sauce, it's a good idea to drain it over a container where you can save a little bit of the pasta water just in case you need it to thin out the sauce a little bit. It's the best thing for thinning out sauces because it does have some body to it from the starch in the water. So we'll just pop this back into the pan and take it back over and mix it in with our fish. And here we go. Just get that all in there. And we'll give this a nice toss. Very gently because you don't want to break up this delicate fish. Scrape along the bottom here to get any little bits that might be in it. And that looks pretty good. I think we're ready to transfer this to our serving dishes. All right, I've got my serving bowls ready, and I'm just going to tip this in. Now to finish this off, I've got a few basil leaves from the garden. I'm just going to put these together, and I'm going to roll them up like so and cut them into very thin slices. This is called a chiffonade. Just very thin slivers of basil. It's not only a decoration for this pasta, it really does add quite a bit of flavor. And there you have it. Pasta with salmon and a creamy tomato sauce. Enjoy.